Hi and welcome to Healthy Life Hacks. I'm Jennifer Jefferies, the present day wise woman, a realistic naturopath coming to you from the surfing beaches of Australia. This podcast is for those who are wanting to really rock their lives and health and live from a place of prevention. Let's get into today's episode. Did you know that the closest feeling to falling in love is to be fascinated? It is, like really seriously, it is. When you're fascinated with someone, you are so present, you're in the moment. You're in the moment. Fascination is said to be a neurological state of intense focus that creates an irresistible is the word, feeling of engagement. You know what it's like. You can tell when someone is really listening to you and you feel it. You feel it in your heart. You just do. It's huge. The challenge is people aren't fascinated. They tend to be fascinating. So what's the difference about being fascinating? Fascinating is said to be to attract and hold the attention of or arouse the interest or curiosity of someone or something. That's it. It's like you want to be that center of attention. You want people to be fascinated in you. So you do stuff or say stuff that you think will have them go, wow, what's she doing? That's it. And to hold their attention. The thing is, it's also really often used sarcastically to point out how irrelevant someone's opinion is to the conversation. So it's like people go, oh, that's really fascinating. Where really they're thinking, oh, you're a dick. Really, you're a dick. It can be used sarcastically. Now, I didn't understand the difference of this until one of my mentors, he's a Canadian bloke, David T.S. Wood. He shared it with me a long time ago in some trainings that I was doing with him. And I went, wow, I actually get that. It's said that we're born with two ears and one mouth, and we should listen twice as much as what we speak. But it's real. I found it, just being real. I found in my life in the past, in my younger years particularly, I was being more fascinating than fascinated. I also read the Daymaker book about, I don't know, probably nearly 10 years ago now. And that was a great book that helped me really understand about really listening to people and learning how to be fascinated with people, in particularly strangers. And I've learned as a way to kind of focus and make that happen is that I give genuine compliments from my heart. And it's like, well, why? Well, bloody why not? You know, the way I do it is I've learned that I want to be fascinated twice as much as I'm fascinating, if that makes sense. Because we've got the two ears and one mouth. I want to be listening and be present with people and really into them twice as much as when I'm doing the talking. How do I do that? Well, it's a conscious thing. And what I've learned is this is what works for me. And I really encourage you just to try it on because it's so cool. It's so cool seeing people light up when you can tell that they can tell that that you're listening to them, like really feeling and hearing them. It is a cool feeling to have them feel listened to. So how do I do it? Well, imagine that I meet someone for the first time. I've learned in life to through really consciously wanting to be fascinated with people. And the more you do it, I promise, it's just like, oh, give me more people. This is so cool. Whether, I'm out and about, I'm meeting people or whatever it is, and even on, on social media and stuff, I'm fascinated to get to know people. And because everyone's just got the most crazy cool stories. People just do. And we don't know their real stories. I love it. So what I'll do is if I find someone, I might even, say I'm at the beach. I've learned to get outside my comfort zone. And I've talked about that in a previous episode, about being comfortably uncomfortable. So if I'm at the beach and, there's someone parked near me or, near in the surf or whatever, I say g'day to everyone. I really do. And I look them in the eye. When I do it, I don't just kind of go, oh yeah, g'day. No, I look people in the eye. That's the first thing. Get their attention, look them in the eye, be present. I've talked about that in a previous episode too. When we do that, it's like, oh, that connection comes. And then I'm curious, what are you doing here today? Or what are you up to? You know, I'll just ask questions, but I listen. And when I listen on what they'll say, and they might do, yeah, well, what are you doing here, Jen? And I go, yeah, I'm here for a surf too. Then I'll say, instead of just going rattling on about all my life and what I'm doing, I'll go, so tell me more about how long you been surfing in this area? And I've learned, for me, what works for me is I want people to tell me more about what they're doing. Now, you can do it with a vibe that you're not grilling them. It's not an interrogation. That's not what it's about. It's about being genuinely interested in other people. Why? Think about making someone's day. That's why I do it. Yes, I want to learn their stories and that, but ultimately I want to be a day maker. People don't get those heart connections real easily nowadays. We're in this busy world. People are looking down at their phone, doing the social media thing. Like, they're just not engaged. And when you come across someone who actually listens to you and is interested in you, it lights them up and you see it happen. So if I'm talking to someone and and whether I'm on, because nowadays so much is done, you know, with video and that, because we just can't be in contact with everyone. I can't do my traveling and things normally that I would normally be doing. But when I'm with someone, I look them in the eye, slow my pace to whatever's possible for me. I tend to talk very fast. I'm very excited about life, but I'll take a breath, look them in the eye. And as the conversation's flowing, when something interests me, you know, it's like, I'll go, tell me more about that. Or even to get to the state, you know, David Wood, who's my mentor, one of my mentors, you know, he says, how did your best friend ever become your best friend? Well, you said g'day. You said g'day or hello. It's like, you know, you met someone somewhere, crossed paths, you went, oh, hi, how you going? And then, you know, life and communications and all that kind of stuff builds. And before you know it, you've got, you know, your best friend that you've had for life. But it just starts with hello. So I've learned through working with David that I don't just go hello. I consciously look for something to compliment them about. So even if I'm at the beach, for instance, I'm out in the surf, you know, I whoop and holler like a bloody idiot, but I'm just having fun. Someone whizzes past me on a really cool wave. I look for them when they're paddling back out, and I go, wow, super cool wave. I compliment them on that. Or if they've got a board I like, I'll compliment them on it. And it's genuine and it's from my heart. And it's doing it without wanting anything back from them. It's just to make them feel good. And when I make them feel good, I feel good. That's it. When I learned the difference between being interested and being interesting, I promise it opened up my world. It really did. So this is just a quickie, guys. Today's healthy life hack is spend the next week really consciously being fascinated with other people and what they have to say. 2 steps to it. One is to give them a genuine compliment. Second one is when they're talking and you're listening, when they'll ask you, what are you doing here? You know, throw it back and say, yeah, look, I'm here having a surf too, but I'm really curious. Tell me more about. Try it on. Think about going and making someone's day. Life is too short to be just interesting and not interested. If you want to grab my show notes for today's episode, guys, head over to healthylifehacks.com.au. And in the next episode, make sure you subscribe so you get to hear it. I'm going to dive into everything about your lymphatic system. Your lymphatic system is the laziest body system that we have, and yet it is vitally important to our health. I want to thank you for being here today. If you enjoyed my podcast, please let me know by leaving a review where you're listening in from. Every month, I draw one lucky person who leaves a review to have a free 1-hour consultation with me. If you would like to receive a free copy of my Feed Your Body ebook, simply click the link in the comments below and join my newsletter, and we will get that free ebook sent to you. I welcome your emails, and you can write to me at podcast@healthylifehacks.com.au. Until next time, remember, when it comes to life, live it, love it, and get on with it.